Welcome back to Factorio with me, JD. Where do I start? Look, we're standing in the middle of the iron stacker, in case you couldn't tell by now. I seem to be living here for the last, 4 days. It's somewhat working. I'm not happy with it, but it's somewhat working. So, trains. I covered this in episode 140, which was just a voiceover and time lapse and yeah. This train will path down the first lane. If he cannot go through the first lane, he'll path to the second, third, whichever's the next shortest, whatever. If he still cannot pass to where he needs to go, he stops pathing. He only takes two choices. Very rarely, when I set this up with all 4 lanes, do we actually see a train moving down all 3 lanes. So, the whole thing got tweaked, is probably the best way of putting it. So, there are now signals at every single intersection of the stacker. Only the first lane runs. And if this stacks up, you'll see there's like 8 trains with their nose pointed out. And it just, whichever one's at the top gets to go first. That's fine by me. But just get them through the stacker as fast as possible. Then we've got a group of signals just backed up one on one another. And the idea is the trains will literally follow one another's ass up here. Finally, rather than having all chain signals, which is the way it should be technically for the way signals work, we've gone to a standard signal. And the idea is as soon as a train passes this point, it's red. Till it gets all the way up to here, passes this standard signal that you can't see because it's buried behind a train, and then it hits a chain signal, and that's when it chooses which track it goes into. Finally, I was not happy that when a train was in here, the station was off. I actually want the station off when a train was here, here, and here. And you'll see, this is a perfect example. Alright, 3 trains, stations are off. 3 trains, this guy just pulled up, he gets to this signal and instantly it goes red, and stations are off. Which required some signalling joy. You'll see that one's got 2 red signals on the red wire and 2 red signals on the green wire. So there's a signal all the way up here. And it's red, because obviously there's a train blocking it. And here, you'll see this one's about to change. It's now gone green, which means this station is turned on. This train is still blocking it. But because that signal's green, the station's now on. He'll pull in. And then when a new train comes up behind him, please tell me there's one in the stacker ready to go. There's a couple in the stacker. So train station's back on. Still both stations are on. He'll pull up. And no, you're on the wrong track. Come on, autosave. Can I get another train? We want you on the 3rd track. That'll do. He'll pull up, bang, both stations turn off. So, now I've got all the stations turning off, except probably the top one. I don't know. There's one station that stays on all the time. So trains don't come in here and no path. Actually, it's probably this one. No. That one. And I just realised I have muted Factorio. Unmute. There we go. Hey, some background noise. So, I have then done the exact same with the actual train stops themselves. So, one of these stations is always on. I can't remember which one. Probably the top one. Yeah, the top one's currently always on. So trains don't no path. But these are now set that if there's under... Bring that back up. If there's less than 50k iron plate in storage, i.e. we can't fill a train entirely, turn the station off. So all these are good currently. But you can see this one and this one are off. Because you have nothing, and you also have nothing. So that's what we've done. Same with steel. This is set to... Actually, I've lowered it down to 1,000. Because in theory, these boxes will actually fill all the way up. And all these boxes carry enough to fill a train. So if there's 1,000 steel in storage, we have enough to fill one train at least. This one's the same. This one's turned on all the time because it turns out I have more steel trains that I could fit, and they started sitting on the main line. And this one is not hooked up at all. That's my always on station, so we don't have pathing problems. You flick it for a second there. Yeah, so it's now on because we've got 1.2k, 1.5k, and this train will path down. Where are you up to? No, you're still storing. He'll pull in. Station stays on until storage goes under 1,000. We're now down at -1k, so station turns off. Alright, so the catch is I've had to disable these top three. They're off. I cut the main line here. I did that for a number of reasons. Number one reason is I overbuilt iron by 3. Actually by 4, but 3 was easier to turn off. So I overbuilt iron by 3 whole smelters. The new catch is I underbuilt steel by 6 smelters. Yup. These I need 6 more of to pump out the amount I require. So that's a problem. And the 6, it turns out, are for low density structures. This has been our biggest bottleneck for ages. Steel in general has been a bottleneck, but low density structures has been a giant bottleneck. Because low density structures, actually, I've got the mod installed, so let's bring this up. 30,000 steel per minute. Our trains hold 48,000 steel, so we call it 45 for argument's sake. That means a whole train lasts 90 seconds in this station before it's empty. So that's a problem. We've got a few problems, actually. You can see that trains can't get out fast enough. That's another problem, which is stopping trains getting in fast enough, which is another problem. So, for our problems, what we're actually going to do is I'm going to scrap the top 3, which I'll do off camera so you guys don't have to watch it, because this particular station has 921,000 iron in it. But I can force the iron down to these stations and get them to convert it to steel, which will fix our steel problem, at least momentarily. So yeah, that's one of the problems. So yeah, we're going to get rid of these top 3 stations. We're going to leave the stacker mostly how it is. I may tweak things a little bit, just as like even out the train lines or something, because we've got 4 on one side and 2, 4, 6, 7 on the other side. So I may fix that. I'm probably going to rip up all this shit rail that's pissing me off because it's just sitting there doing nothing. And the other thing I really need to look at doing is when we get a horde of trains coming in, they don't come into the stacker neatly because they're always waiting for the last train to clear. So I have added extra signals, and on the outside you can see I've added a signal every spot I possibly can. So if they're using that outside lane, they actually move through a lot faster. Yeah, so he'll stop, and he waits ages for this train to get all the way in. And when we got multiple trains doing it, it causes a bit of a deadlock. Not that that's an issue, but I'd like them flowing in faster. So I'm thinking if I do 1, 2, 3, 4 input lanes and basically do this on the out input. So if they're coming from this lane, then up here, that lane there, that lane a third one, yeah, that lane a third one, and the inside or the middle lane on a fourth one. It should push them through first, faster. But you can now see this guy's following his ass, he's following his ass. They're not accelerating really fast, and we still have problems with like picking paths. He sits there for ages, umming which one to choose. Now, I've looked at a smart system to physically turn these signals on and off and remove the train choices. It doesn't really work either. You know, there's no way to fit chain signals in here. This is the best option I have, is what it pretty much boils down to. Most of the time, they're fairly smooth flowing, you know. They're not going super fast. They're only doing about 200 k's an hour. But yeah, he'll actually come up and he'll slow down a little bit. He'll roll through and keeps going in at about 100 k's an hour. So it's not perfect, but it works. And that's been the bottom line. I've needed something that works. So we've got a working system. Apart from output, not enough steel, too much iron. Yeah. I've been loathed at the idea of rebuilding this. My next playthrough, this is going out the window. I've got something in mind that should work better. Actually, I've got a whole new train system in mind that should work better. But the biggest problem at the moment, I've got my game update 23, entities at 14, 15. It's been around that for a long time. Electrical, it's been 1.7 for a long time. Logistical is going up. Construction manager's high at the moment because I've got phantom blueprints here, there, and everywhere. I don't know where they all are, but I can get UPS up to kill them. That's not hard. After I've made sure I've used the ones I need to use. But trains is massive. And as already discussed, we don't have enough steel. So I need more trains. The current smelter has 72 trains, I think. I don't know, if somebody wants to really pause the video very quickly, they can count them all. But I already have, and I think it's... No, 74 trains. It's 9 per page. There are 8 pages with 2 left over. Yeah. So it's 74 trains, which carry how much? 24,000. 74 times 24,000. We can carry, if every train is full, 1.7 million ore. And it's not enough. With the time of the trains, get out to the outpost, refill, come back. They're doing 300 k's an hour. I don't know, faster trains, maybe. That's maybe another mod. I was looking at the nuclear locomotives, which are technically faster, but they're slower to accelerate, and I don't know if that'll help or hinder. Maybe a mix of trains. So I have a nuclear, maybe 2 nuclears and a standard loco for faster acceleration. I don't know. But this episode, providing I haven't rambled too much, is we're going to try and improve our output. That's why I'm standing here. So currently we've got 2 lanes going out, and it's not enough. The iron trains, look, when they're actually running at full speed, they pull in, they're here for like 20 seconds, and they're out. They're empty. Where are you going? You're going to... second from the bottom. You're going here. Doesn't really work because this has some ore in it. Yeah, these are full already. Because our steel stack, our steel smelters are not big enough. Oh, perfect. You're coming down here. You have absolutely no iron ore. Train 16, 14, 12, 9, 2, yeah, 7, 2, but empty. Done. Out. This is already at minus ore. There's now no ore left. It's all gone. So the idea is to improve the output. Now, to do that, I'm going to put these two steel on one output lane, these two steel on a second output lane, these 3 plates on a third output lane, these 3 plates on a fourth output lane with this one. So we end up with 2, 2, 3, 4. Because everything north of there goes. So that's the plan, and that's how they squeeze in. Just if I go one more lane over, it runs into basically every single input lane, which I don't want to try and tweak and move. That just seems like a bigger pain in the ass than I already have. Same story. I'm hoping that when I hook them into the main line, I can tweak things just a little bit. Now, none of you lot are hooked up. So if I go right through there and just rip all that train track out of my way. Now the other thing I want to do is I want to move these over. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. We've got 4 full train lengths. So the plan is, because iron is on these 2 or 3 lanes. Iron is currently dedicated to these 2 outside lanes with the option of sometimes using that middle lane. So the idea is, if I dump with 4 output lanes, if I dump 2 to the outside 2, and they have to take this central lane just in case there's something stuck on it, and then I take the next 2, and way over here or something, I dump them again. Hopefully we'll have higher throughput onto the main line. Hopefully. That's the plan, at least. I don't know. Yeah. Yeah. In case you can't tell, there's a lot of experimentation and making it up as we go. Actually, no, I want to wire. I want to hook this up so it actually works. And to do that, we're going to be lazy. I'm going to hook it up like that. Yeah. Because that technically works. Get off the train track, because I know I'll get run over. No. There. Alright, now we got to signal it. No, wrong way. Wrong direction. That direction. That direction. We need a chain signal in there. And there. And there. And in there. And that one there. That one there. Don't get run over by a train, JD, and all shall be good. That one needs to go there instead. Why are you flashing? Is that why you're flashing? Alrighty. Take a blueprint. There to there, and we're going to give you the symbol of 9. 9 looks good. Remove that. Go to 9, and hopefully you'll just punch straight in. No, we want to get rid of power poles because they're unique. And then I really want to put that on my tool belt. .2, 150. You cannot path. Why can't you not path? Oh. That didn't quite hook up. Okay, now you can path. Nine there. Oh. That corner was built slightly different, but close enough. Come on, trains, out of my way. Remove that. Remove that. Remove that. Plop that down there. 850, 350. 1, 2, 3. So this is the last one. Okay, slip between the train and hope not to die. Because in my playing with the iron stacker, I got run over by the trains like 20 times. Plop that there. Adjust signals accordingly. Change. Beautiful blown signal. Okay. So that means we now have these 1, 2, 3, 4, their own dedicated lane. Yes, it all merges up there, but we'll fix that later. One thing at a time. We need to bring you down and delete that blueprint. Yeah, okay, let's try down and dirty. Blueprints there. Okay, I need to put a new chain signal in here and here. You've got a full signal. A chain. Yes, you can slide that a little bit further forward. Can't you? No. Now you can. Stupid trains. The joys of signaling. That one, that one. Oh, you're not even connected. Oh, there's no signals on the output. I forgot. Big surprise. JD forgot signals. So that one's done. That one's done. That one's done. And that one's now done. Okay. Get right a new lane. Alrighty. Where's my little test track? Okay, so they're going to be moved across. So that's another problem for another time. Let me change beautiful blown signal and beautiful blown signal. Alrighty. No, we need that chain signal and that full signal. Now we're good to go. Get rid of that and that. Give you the symbol of 9. Put it down there. And we're right to go. Remove those. Line that up with the beacons. Drop. Yeah, blueprints make everything better. Remove that signal. 9. Drop. Now that's the last one, so we get to pull up these. Done. Okay, so that's dual lane at least up to here, and then we merge back to single lane. But that's one problem at a time. I can leave, can't I? Yeah, you run dead straight. You're not an issue. So, now we go to the bottom of the steel. What we basically want to do is we want to move all of that out by a square. And not stand on the track whilst I fix things, because that's pretty much a recipe for disaster. You can all go... change that and that. Change that and that. You're a full-blown signal. Oh no, we need to chain across. Yeah. Okay. Alright. Do that without that track, without those signals, without the beacons. Alright, we need to pull this track down. That's less than I... Oh, no, I can put the signal there. Can I do it with this one? Done. Look at that. We just slide the signals in, and I'm building while standing on top of train tracks again. We want number 9. Alright, I'm going to have to build this manually. Chain signal coming through the intersection. Yep. Then we want full signal there. There. We want a chain signal there. We want... Do I have a full signal after these? I do. Full signal there. We then want a chain signal here with a full signal there. We want that to spin down. We want a chain signal there with a full signal there. And you should be a full signal as well, with a chain in there, I guess. That looks good, I hope. I don't know. Either the comments or a train will tell me if it's wrong. With either no pathing or crashing entirely. You can all bugger off. We need to copy that without the radar, without the power poles. Done. Bring it down there. Everything should line up beautifully. And then all we need to do is drag that up to there and hook you onto that, which is even more twisted and complicated. I ran out of iron axe. Actually, you know what? Done. A stack and a 20, give me 20. Alright. For ease, let's just go with wherever that blueprint went. Blueprint that without those. Move it over top. Why are you no pathing? Really? I buggered up that bad, did I? Oh, it doesn't go past here. Of course not. They're all working correctly. You're waiting on a something. You're Ooh. You're waiting on a train to come in, are you? You're waiting on me to place that signal there. That's what you're waiting on. I guess that one technically needs that signal too. What are you waiting on? Oh, signaling outright. Yeah, I fucked up. Should be a chain. Nope. Chain signal goes there. A full signal goes afterwards. That should be a chain. That should be a chain. That looks a bit better. See? I knew somebody would tell me when I fucked up. Alright, run up to the next one. Same story. Remove you. Remove you. You need to be a chain signal. 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 You need to be a full and a chain. After the intersection, before the intersection. Yep, trains are a little bit of a nightmare. At least train signaling. Even worse when you're doing on live tracks. Yep. You're far up. Let's bring you down to there. You should have a full signal as well. You should be a full signal. Yeah, I'm going to literally spend 20 minutes just sitting here and just rechecking all my signals. I can see it. Because you're missing. In fact, you're missing as well. And you... How can I fuck up so bad? Full signal, full signal. Alright. Keep going north to the next one. Remove you, remove you. Okay, you can now become a full signal. You're a full signal. You're a chain that way and a chain that way. You're a chain. You're a full. You're a chain. You're a chain. You're a chain. I think that's right. Ah, it looks right. Alright, remove you, remove you. Put you there, you there, you there. You there, you there. That chain, that chain, that chain. You don't need to be there. Ah, but you and you do. Alright, did I miss that in the last one? No, just this one. Alright, another step, another crossing done. Really? Whoa! Put my wires back up so I don't get squished by a train. Let's hope you're not important. Same goes for you. Alrighty. Shit, train. Full signal. Chain signal, chain signal, chain signal, chain signal, chain signal, chain signal. Full signal. Yeah, that looks to be it. Are we running out of crossings yet? Nope. That one, that one. We can get rid of those extra bits of track. Trains, you need to be patient. Chain, 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 chain. Chain, chain. Full signal, full signal. That looks like it's it. Yeah, I think I'm getting better at this. See, can teach an old JD new tricks. Maybe. Chain, 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 chain. Full, full. Feels light on signals. Oh! Yeah. That still hurts. Ow. I love the new heartbeat. That's new. There. No, I was short on signals. That one and that one. That's it, we're done. We're done. So, bugger off. Bugger off. And bugger off. Alrighty. Alright. I'm going to call it here for an episode. We have more trains running. The fact that these trains are moving means that they're also running, which means, in theory, and I was hoping for a demonstration, but it's not going to happen. But it means, in theory, you know, let's say this train pulls in, we could have 4 trains stacked up ready, right here, ready to go. So as soon as he pulls through, all 4 trains take off at the same time. Well, there's 1. There's 2. Yeah. Which should mean higher throughput onto the main line. It should. But But yeah, like I said, I'm going to call it here for an episode. It was 40 minutes, way too long as always. But it works. It still leaves the giant problem of, you know... Oh, good one, JD. It still leaves the giant problem of not enough steel to run low-density structures. But we'll fix one thing at a time. We have more steel, more iron going into steel. Oh, and we need a steel stacker. Actually, we need a lot of things. A lot of things. Alright, like I said, I'm going to call it here for this episode. Thank you guys for watching, as always. If you have any questions, or comments, or suggestions, or, as always, random abuse, down at the bottom, in the comments section. Go nuts! That's it. And like I said, I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye.